everybody, welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. My name is Jake, and today we are out in the wood yard. It is a beautiful Sunday morning, super mild. Yesterday was like 77 degrees. I think today it's supposed to get up to like 75 degrees. So a really warm spell for southwestern Connecticut here in November. Last night we had a little wood yard party, me and a couple buddies. We were out here playing stump. Had a fire going, as you can see probably behind me. That fire is still smoldering and smoking. As I said, we were playing some stump out here, burning some stuff, and just having a good old time. Yesterday, Chris and I did a side job, which you've probably already seen the video by now. When we got back, we installed a new part on the conveyor here. And that part went on surprisingly easily. It didn't take all that much time, so we didn't film it, but basically we put on this new gear. The old gear was missing multiple teeth and was actually pretty dangerous. That gear, if you don't know, controls the conveyor being able to go up and down. You crank on that handle and it raises and lowers the entire conveyor. Now, there was an issue because obviously I have this log arch on the back of the dump trailer, so it was kind of a pain to have to raise and lower the conveyor accordingly when I wanted to pull the trailer out from underneath it. And one time I was doing it by myself, and actually it skipped a couple teeth, came crashing down onto the side of the SureTrack dump trailer, and that's when I was like, okay, we're gonna hold off and order a new gear, and not really gonna raise or lower the conveyor until that new gear comes in. Wasn't really sure what size gear we were gonna need or what the pitch was, but I was able to determine all that and figure it all out. And as you can see, it is on there and it went on surprisingly easily. And now we are able to raise up the conveyor enough that it totally clears the log arch on the dump trailer, so I can just pull the trailer in and out without any obstruction, which is awesome. So right now I'm gonna move the fire pit, move this stump out of the way. I have a full load of chips in the international truck that's warming up down there that I need to dump, and my thinking is that I'm gonna dump it kind of in this area here. We'll see how much time we have, because I'm having a longtime friend from high school come over today. He does construction, and he's gonna be helping us cut some holes in the ceiling above the wood stove. Our bedroom, the master bedroom of the house, is right above the room with the wood stove. And Sarah and I have thought now for the past, 2 years or so, that it would make a lot of sense to cut some holes like with vents in the ceiling. That way all the hot air can go straight up into our bedroom, and it would be more efficient to heat the second story of the house. So my buddy Joe is going to be coming over to help us do that. Hopefully we can get a little footage of that process. But until he comes, we're going to be moving some chips, moving some logs and stuff. And basically what my plan is that I'd like to dump the chips in this area here, get rid of that uprooted ash tree, and try and salvage some of the wood and start filling in this area with chips as I need. That way I just have some more room for storage and stuff like that. So that's the game plan. Let's get to it. Okay guys, we were able to skid that log out pretty easily. Sarah just called saying that my buddy Joe is here. So we're gonna head back up to the house and cut some holes in the ceiling. Okay guys, so this is Joe, my good buddy. Known each other since high school.
That's about it, Jake.
And we're getting right to it. So the plan is to hopefully, depending on where the joists and everything are, cut some holes up in the ceiling up here above the wood stove and install these grates in. These would help let the heat up through and up to the second story. So we will do some updates here as we go along.
Our experimental hole here to kind of get a gist of what we've got in the ceiling, and this is an older home, so we've got a layer of 1/2-inch sheetrock, plaster, and lath, and then beyond the plaster and lath is actually 1/2-inch plywood. So we've got a pretty thick ceiling here, and we're going to really have to get into it to get this grate put in, but we will.
All right, cool.
Got it. Wood, no problem. Sheetrock, no problem. Plaster, it's like kidding concrete.
Yep, I feel it. All right. All right, guys, so Joe is downstairs drilling a pilot hole up through the floor. Oh! Right through the center. Oh, that's exactly where my knee was. Ow. Oh, get a Band-Aid. It's right in my foot. No, it's perfect. So there's the hole, guys. It's not going to be up against the wall, but we'll get plenty of heat up here.
Yeah, you will.
Oh, that's fine.
So it's not going to be tight on it, but I don't...
No, that's fine. But that's better than in the middle of the floor.
Agreed.
You know?
And that's... Yeah. That's going to be where it sits. That cover's going to sit right over it, just like that.
Oh, it'll be that tight to the wall?
That's as tight as I can get it, man.
No, I'm saying that, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, as tight to the wall as possible. Because that looks...
It's to center. It's the center. It's 20 inches to center. So I can go 3 inches. 20 inches to center. 3 inches. So it's going to be slightly off.
Okay.
Closer to that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
It's going to be
perfect.
Good. It's going to sit just like that, though.
Perfect.
And that's the damper that you'll open and close.
Yep.
Because you're going to want to keep... We're going to have to get a little wood filler there. I think we're going to do a Home Depot trip.
I love Home Depot.
Oh, we're going. Yeah, we got to get us filmed in there. That's my... You hear it, Jake? You ready? All right, hang on. Let me just check something.
Okay, guys, we are back upstairs. Joe is going to be drilling another hole, which should come up closer to the wall. Here's our first one. I hear him. Second one should be right in line, basically. I hear it. Oh yeah, there we go.
That's as tight as I can get.
So that's going to be the back side of the...
Correct.
of this.
So it's going to end up landing right here, which is still better than there.
Right.
And that's just because we have that crown molding that pushed us
Out.
which makes sense.
Sarah was like, the house is a mess. Like,
You think I fucking
clean it up before Joe comes? I said, Sarah, I guarantee you we're gonna be making a huge mess today.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, if this was sheetrock, we'd be done. We'd have the grill sink downstairs. You'd know where the studs are exactly, you'd know the whole thing. These are gonna look good down here, though. Hey, Jake, that's it. Now we just fucking butcher it.
Now, is that centered on this?
That is centered on this, correct? That's centered in the square here. In this square.
Okay.
Your eyes are gonna see that it's off center, the gap between here and here, more than
More
this.
than off center with this.
But nothing is centered.
Right.
There you go, Jake. It's
Oh.
exactly how it's gonna look. Couldn't get any fucking tighter to the crown and the brick.
Beautiful. Honestly, I think just the one in there, and then it'll be nice because it's not going to be blasting us with heat. It's
Well,
going
we
to.
can cut into grills too because
Oh,
the
right.
bay runs
Yeah,
this
so
way.
the other thing is because the way that the floor joists are, they run left to right. What Joe is saying is that we could do one there, and that'll actually allow the heat up. But then instead of cutting another vent down here, we just cut another vent up there because the heat will be going left to right in the joist. So it'll allow, we'll have a hole upstairs, but not two down here. That way it stays symmetrical.
Okay. I heard something.
Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
All right.
Were you videoing that?
Oh, yeah.
Poor Sarah's
Video
life.
everything.
Your life is just. Who's gonna
Always
film the
on
wedding?
camera.
I am. Are you kidding?
The whole time
We're
you're
gonna
on
we're gonna
GoPro.
live stream the whole wedding.
Oh God.
No, we're
You
not.
sure you want to go forward with this?
We're gonna have to
Too
edit
late
that
to
part.
back out now.
I remember just messing with Molly so hard when we got to that stage. I was like, "You're done." I tricked you, and there's no going back now. Your father already gave me to you. Surgical incision.
Got through the ceiling there, and along the way we found a little buddy that was kiln dried for God knows how many years. So hey guys, so we got a big piece of lumber up there. Now this house was built in 1927, back when
Dimensions were true.
yeah, dimensions were true, and you could still get big lumber because there were still big trees around. But give us a little update here, Joe. What's going on?
So we've got a clean hole in the bottom. The joist didn't land exactly where we wanted it to, but we're trying to keep the wife happy and keep it symmetrical. So this is where we landed. We're going to start with a 6x12 grill for now. See how the heat is upstairs, and if down the road we want more, we're going to just continue to make the grill down here bigger, transfer more heat into the second floor.
And in a way, the fact that the joist is there is a good thing, you were saying, because we're going to be able to hit two
We're going to
sections.
run right down the bed. That heat's going to
Yeah, so the heat will travel and radiate.
right
so
to the floorboards.
we're going to have ambient floor heat basically upstairs for about 24 inches. So there's 1, 2, 3 layers of wood?
So this is how a floor is supposed to be. Should be one subfloor, one hardwood. Some places in your house, it's just hardwood, no subfloor. They literally, where that chimney was.
Right.
Then you've got the old subfloor, new subfloor, hardwood. That's a thick floor, man. That's a lot of weight, too. But that's what happens in these older houses.
Are through. There's the stove down below. Here's the grill. Like a glove.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Get the beers. All right, guys, we got our hole all cleaned up. I just vacuumed out in this whole, like panel, I guess, that runs to the end of the house. Now we are over here with Joe. The plan is to cut another register right here, but this one isn't going to go all the way down to the first floor. It's just going to allow some of the heat in that same, what do you call it, like a channel, bay, to flow over into the bedroom side, and that's going to be right underneath Sarah's nightstand, basically. So just one hole up here. Got to get through the 3 layers of flooring. Well, we'll see if there's 3 layers of flooring. Might be different.
I think there is.
All right, let's go. So we found another little resident in the floor there. Joe, how did things look down there? Oh,
We know where the guys kept the old hardwood flooring scraps.
Yeah, I guess.
Heaven forbid they go in a dumpster. We just stuck them right in the joist.
There we go. All right. So we have, we are clear through the, what'd you call it, a bay? An aisle?
Yes,
a bay. So I'm going to go grab the bucket for all this crap, and we're getting a nice little mouse collection here, too. So
that's true.
That's good.
All ages.
Well, guys, there's the vent. It is screwed in, and we have our pilot hole there. Joe and I are going to run in the hardware store, get some compound, and clean that up. But the vent is in, and Sarah has started the cleaning process. We got both the holes upstairs all set, ready to go. So we just got to do some final cleanup up there and then plop the vents in. So things are going well. This project has turned out to be pretty good, and I think it's going to make a big difference with heat upstairs. Well, guys, that's a wrap. We got the spackle up there all sanded down. We got to sand it down one more time, two coats. So I'll be able to paint that in the next day or so. But we got the grate right there. How'd the install go, Mr. Professional?
The hot mud is drying. Wasn't initially the plan, but we did some relocation. So I think all in all, happy client, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks great. And upstairs, it looks really good too. I'll run up there and show you guys what it looks like up on the second floor. So up here in our room with the dressers, there we have our one vent. Looks great. And then over here next to our bed, we have the other vent. So hopefully this will provide plenty of heat if it ever starts to cool down, because right now it is 74 degrees out and we are sweating. Clean your chimneys, people. Still not done. Okay, guys, here we are a couple days later. I actually just got back from a short vacation with Sarah and her family down to Florida, but upon my arrival, it is now below freezing out. They're calling for a low of like 29, 30 degrees tonight, and I got the wood stove all fired up once I got back. So the vent is hopefully doing its job. I still haven't gotten around to painting up there, but I did sand it down. I need to go buy some more rollers for the paint, but when I got home, upstairs was 62 degrees. It has been burning now for about an hour and a half, and it is up to 64 degrees upstairs. So I think the vent is helping. It normally wouldn't raise up in temperature quite that quickly, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Another thing I wanted to mention were these fireplace tools here. You can see I have just two, a shovel and like a poker. And then this I went out and bought on my own. This is like a blow poker. You can actually blow in on the end to help get the fire going. This is a great tool. I can put a link to that in the description if I can find it. But a company recently reached out and sent me these fireplace tools, and I just put the set together. Haven't used them yet, but they appear to be pretty good quality. They're heavy enough, you know, in your hand. They feel good. We got tongs right here. We have, let's see, we have another poker style tool. We have a shovel, and something that I didn't have before, which is actually going to be really nice to have, is a brush here to brush up and sweep all the ash that falls out of the stove and onto the hearth and stuff. I've never had a little brush like this before. You can see I have a dust buster over there, but that kind of tends to make a mess at times as well. It comes with a nice little stand. It's just 4 little screws down on the bottom to put the feet on. So I think those will be really nice to use throughout the winter burning season here. I believe the company that sent it to me is called Stihl MS. This is the box, model FT1701B, fireplace tool set. There's their email. And let's see. Here is the Stihl MS. I will find a link to this and put it in the description. Pretty good set for the money, pretty cheap set. You're not gonna break the bank with this, but if you're just looking for a nice set that's all black, decent construction, but you know, you're not gonna break the bank, I'd say that it's a pretty good set. It looks good sitting there next to the stove. So all in all, pretty happy with the wood stove and the new cutout up there. I think it's gonna do its job really well as it continues to get colder and colder throughout the winter season. Well guys, that's gonna wrap up the video. The man is Joe Kane, the company is Kane Construction. If you are in southwestern Connecticut, Fairfield County.
Yes, sir.
There's his number, there's the van, so you know he's legit, because he has his name on the van. Joe has asked to do a little tour of the wood yard. You've never seen the wood yard.
I'm jealous. I need to see it.
We're going to take him down and show him the wood yard. But that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing this. It's kind of been a long time coming. Sarah and I talked about doing this since we moved in. So we finally got it done. And of course, it's 75 degrees out in November when we do it. But hopefully it'll cool down soon. We can start firing up the wood stove. So as always, guys, if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. Haven't done so already, click that subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. Questions, comments, or feedback, throw it down in the comments section. But for now, I'm Jake. That's Joe. This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next time.